What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Bartender Hideout. Today we will be looking at the difference between Aquafaba and Egg White. For everyone who is kind of wondering what the hell is Aquafaba, it is basically a replacement for or a vegan option for Egg White, because there's a bunch of people that don't necessarily want to have the Egg White. Aquafaba is a good substitute for that, and today I want to have a look at if it is actually better than Egg White, or what the biggest difference are. And to do that, obviously we have to make cocktails, which is going to be a shit job for me. No, just kidding. We will be making some amaretto sours, so that is obviously, as you know, the whiskey sour is one of my favorite ones. Amaretto sour definitely comes home in that list as well, so this is not a bad episode to shoot. Yeah, as I said, I have my egg white, I have that ready, and I have my Aquafaba ready. The Aquafaba is basically chickpea juice. So, I think it is called garbanzo beans as well in other parts of the world. If you take the juice from that, apparently it has the same amount of proteins, or pretty close to what is in an egg white and that's the reason that it foams up nicely as well. So that is one of the reasons. Another reason that I've heard a lot is people think it's not safe to have egg whites in a cocktail, or they are a little bit hesitant maybe. And that is not really a thing anymore, but maybe back in the day it was a little bit harder, or a little bit more, you could be a little bit more cautious about it. Right now it's actually pretty safe, since right now if there's chickens that are breeding for egg whites or eggs that we sell in the supermarket, they are actually vaccinated against salmonella, which is probably the most contracted disease from egg whites or egg yolks. So that actually makes it safe, and as long as you go around it correctly, put your eggs in the fridge, all that kind of stuff, like you would do at home normally. Actually, there is no real downsides to it. Let's get into actually testing what is good and what is a little bit worse, maybe, or maybe they're even the same. Let's have a look. Okay, so we are ready to get going with these sours. I'm gonna make them at the exact same time, just to make sure that we get a good comparison between the two, and not that one has been sitting for a while and one hasn't been sitting for a while. I'm gonna start off with the egg white. So I'm gonna need my jigger, and we're gonna add an egg white to our shaker. This is just one full egg, so as long as you use one full egg or an egg white from one full egg, then you should be all good. Then obviously we want to use the Disaronno or the amaretto and add 50 milliliters of that. In the meantime, I'm also going to add that to the other shaker, since we're making the same recipe anyway. There we go. Put that away. And then we're gonna add our lemon juice. So we will be using 30 milliliters of that. Okay. There you go. And then one more for the other side. And then I'd like to also add just a little bit of sugar syrup, just since it's not necessarily for the sweetness, because the amaretto is sweet enough by itself, but I just like to add a little bit to just enhance some flavors as well. It just helps that little bit. So just 5 milliliters should be all good. You can add a little bit more if you like it sweeter, but for now this should be all good. And then as a last touch, I'd like to add some bitters, just to give it a little bit of extra oomph, I guess. So add 2 dashes of that as well. And obviously one thing I shouldn't forget is to put the Aquafaba in here. I'm actually using 20 milliliters. The one thing is with Aquafaba, the one benefit is that you only have to shake it once, and you can use less of it to create the same effect. So that's why 20 milliliters or 15 or 20 milliliters should be enough for that one. And yeah, that is everything added to our shakers. So we'll add our ice, and there we go. So I'm first gonna start off with shaking our amaretto sour with egg white, just since that needs to have a double shake anyway. Okay, that's a good start. And again, as you guys know, we're gonna be separating the ice in the cocktail, just so we get that nice and frothy layer on top. Rid of this. And shake it again without ice. There you go. That is one cocktail ready to go. Then we'll make sure we shake the other one as well. And then if I've done it right with this one, we should have that nice frothy layer already. But first we're gonna need some glasses and some more ice, so I'll be right back. Okay, so let's add some ice to our glasses. A little bit more. And let's see how we done this one here. So first the Aquafaba. Okay, so as you can see, we have our two amaretto sours here. One of them is with the egg white, so that's on your left, and this one is with the Aquafaba. I need to garnish as well, obviously, and that is it. That is our cocktails done. Now, obviously, the main part why we're here is what is the difference between the two, and yeah, how do they stack up against each other. From looking at it from this vantage point, I can see already that the egg white just has a little bit more of the foam compared to the Aquafaba. The one benefit to it as well is that this one I only had to shake once. This one I had to shake twice, so that is something that you can definitely take in comparison for those two. But I think the important part is going to be the taste, so let's taste the egg white one first. Yeah, okay, so for me, personally, I think this is just how a good sour needs to be. Egg white makes it nice and creamy. You can see the frothy layer on top really well. And yeah, this is for me how... this is my baseline in the end. So let's see how we do on the Aquafaba one. I mean, I can definitely taste the difference between the two. I'd say this one is a little bit better balanced. Just, I don't know if it is the frothiness, if it is the egg white in it. With the Aquafaba one, it just seems that the sweetness takes a little bit more of the overhand for me. So, yeah, personally, I think the egg white for me wins out, but with the Aquafaba one, yeah, as I said, there is definitely something to say for having to shake it once, especially if you work in busy bars. Having to shake once definitely saves up some time. And if you have people or a lot of people in the area that are vegan that would like to have some sour drinks while they're also sticking to their diets, yeah, that's perfect to go as well. So I think in general, both of them really do work. So if you're looking for a substitute for egg white, you can definitely go for the Aquafaba and have that be a perfect second. Bottom line, they still make good cocktails. So it's not that big of a difference that you'd say like a cocktail is bad with either one of these. They just for me, the egg white, in my heart, it just wins out a little bit over the Aquafaba. But I definitely implore you to go and try it yourself. See what you think. Maybe my reasoning is totally bull in your mind. That could definitely happen. But in general, I'm gonna go with the egg white cocktail. For me, that is this one settled, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, drop a comment on what you think is the better version after you've tried it yourself. And also, make sure to stick around to see what videos we have coming up for you guys. Definitely check out our cocktail countdown. There's new cocktails coming out every week for that one. And apart from that, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.